In this video, I will be explaining how to flight using FMS autopilot in an Airbus A320. Our first step is going to be selecting the FMS flight plan in the FMS computer. You can create your own plan, download one from the internet, or you can use mine, which will be available for download from a link in the description. Once we've selected the FMS plan, we need to change our source to FMS. Then turn on the autopilot. Turn on the localizer and turn off speed. Now we set the speed to 300 nautical miles. Turn on vertical speed and set it to 2,400. With this done, we are ready to take off. Remember setting your flaps to 10 and accelerating to full throttle. Release your brakes and you are ready to go. Once in the air, we can retrieve our landing gear and our flaps. Now, we turn autopilot into auto and we turn speed on. From now on, the plane will fly on its own, following the plan we've selected. The computer will show us the distance and time remaining for the next point on the map, and it will automatically change to follow on to the next point. Once the plane is flying stable, we can increase our speed to, for example, 325 or 330. We can also increase our altitude while en route, especially if there are mountains on the route like in this case. Remember to turn on and set the vertical speed since this is the one that controls the speed in which our plane will ascend or descend. While we are flying, we can check our local map to see our destination airport and check the ILS address of the desired runway for us to land using autopilot. Once we have it, we need to enter it into the active screen of our instrumentation, in this case, 109.50, and it is set in the navigation one. Once it is ready, we can wait until we are close to activate it. When we are near the airport, we need to start descending in preparation for our landing. We also need to lower our speed in order to have a perfect landing. Now that we are near and lined up to our runway, we need to start the setup for the autopilot to know how to land. First we have to change the source from FMS to NAV1, which is where we set our ILS frequency. We need to turn on the glidescope because this is the one that controls the altitude of the plane while landing. Once we do this, the airplane will continue in its current heading until it intercepts the runway localizer. Once it does, the plane will turn towards the runway. And once it intercepts the glidescope, which usually occurs once the glidescope altitude is at our current level, the plane will descend with the right angle to the runway. Remember always to lower your speed while approaching to the runway. You can also use flaps in order to go slower. Take down the landing gear when close enough to the runway. When touching the ground, activate the reverse on your engines and accelerate to maximum. Deploy flaps and speed brakes to maximum. Also activate the tire brakes. That was all in this explain tutorial. Feel free to contact me on any doubt. Thank you for watching.